including Rosendahl Bach, who has been jackpotted 4 different times for energy.
And again, if your energy, obviously you can see what a huge second day you have on the table next week and the grand final. If you're London, you can see your strengths, and at the end of the day, you're not going to have Bailey Anderson in this mix a week from now. And so that does make this an even better event potentially for Cindy Pickrem.
You know, you come down to the superstars and what they're able to do from the jackpot standpoint.
Yep.
That's what you have to kind of look at this, and that's what happened with Sjöström and Szymanowicz and Hahi. To tell you the truth, it wasn't so much that they won; it was the jackpots that just were so devastating for everybody, right?
And that's kind of what Callie did a year ago, right? With Kielum Dressel
with
and
Dressel, Lily King. Yep.
Gigantic jackpots. They were on another level.
And that's what I was just getting ready to mention, the fact that, you know, you're going to have a Dressel step up and do exactly what he did in the finals last season.
And I think that's the question right now when you look at this roster for London. Certainly you can see typically a decent-sized jackpot for Ryan Murphy, but it's really hard to imagine the jackpot being that big in backstroke with so many big players.
That's right.
In the
There's
grand
too
final.
many good backstrokers.
Yep.
And you know, there are great 200 freestylers.
Right.
for example, in the 200 for women.
Yep.
I mean, we have some of the best 200 freestylers in the world. It's just Siobhan Hahi is just on a completely different level. And it's the same thing with Szymanowicz. Great breaststrokers on the men's side. But because there's no Adam Peaty, and nobody can match nobody's breaking world records. Here's the checkpoints here.
And it's going to be first and third for London, so this is a positive from a point standpoint.
Definitely for Pickrem to pick up those jackpots at the halfway point, because you know that lead is going to extend now on the breaststroke. That is huge right there for London to get first and third on the jackpots. Now, if Pickrem wins, right, and even if Shanahan falls back and ends up getting jackpotted, at least they will go to London, because nobody's going to beat Pickrem. Not going to happen right now. Unless that strategy of going out so fast that first 200 is going to come back and haunt her, but her breaststroke is just so much better than anybody else. I don't think it's going to hurt her.
Yeah, certainly with the new rules, you talked about backstroke being a weakness, but I'm sure that Pickrem knows in this 400 IM how critical it is for her to get better at backstroke just to try to grab those points. And again, this could be a real positive for them next week, because I don't see anybody, maybe Healy flicking her for the Cali Condors, mixing things up a little bit, but do you think that a week from now, Pickrem would be in a very similar position, right?
Yep. And same thing with Duncan Scott.
Yep. And you can see all the red.
Yeah. And you know, right now, London's going to make the final. So even if they get second today, it's not going to affect their status in getting to the Final Four. But it could be a mirror image of what's going to happen a week from now.
Correct.
So let's kind of practice what we're going to see a week from now and see what happens. See if we can close the gap.
Well, if you're London, you worry about how many of the points that you scored over the first day and a half have actually gone to you that maybe Callie is staying away, because that's really the game, right? When Callie gets in the mix a week from now, how many of the points are they going to take from energy versus how many of the points are they going to take from us as London?
Right. Exactly. And LA or Toronto look like they're going to end up playing a spoiler role, sort of like DC does. A great swim for Pickrem. She's going to pick up some jackpots.